Women and the Society is that program on OGTV that brings to you women that can talk about their impactful living in the society and help other women grow and grow well. Today on the show we have AANU OLANREWAJU, a gospel musician who will be telling us what women in that sector of the music can do to help others grow, and as well tell us what we should do as women to grow the society and use our God-given talent to grow every sector that we find ourselves. My name is Charity James and I welcome you to Women and the Society. You're welcome to Women and the Society. I know OLANREWAJU.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing us to come into your life and allowing people who are watching us to know who you are.
It's a privilege too. Thank you.
All right, now the usual practice on our program is to know who our guest is. Okay. And for that, we will want to know your growing up years, how it was, your schooling, your childhood memories, and all you want us to know about your childhood.
Wow. Hey, that's a whole lot. Okay, I'm AANU OLANREWAJU. I'm a gospel musician, and then I had a very memorable childhood days. Short, I get emotional sometimes if I must speak about it. I grew up in a family of 10, a father, a mother, and then 8 children. As a matter of fact, like our house, my family is some kind of a girls' hostel because we have a boy and 7 girls. So it was fun-filled, and I thank God for the kind of upbringing I have. My dad is a pastor, likewise my mom, and then I went to St. Francis Nursery and Primary School in Oyo Town. Okay. Yeah. And then I went to SPED International Secondary School in Oyo also. So, and then, I grew up with wonderful people, wonderful friends, and my teachers, God bless all of them. I'm so grateful to all of them. As a matter of fact, they all have their positive parts in my life. And then the ones probably, due to childhood, whatever, I still learned from them, So I would just say that it has been a very wonderful memory of childhood days, and I thank God, I bless God for it.
All right, you tell us about your tertiary institution.
Okay.
You skipped that.
Yes, briefly after secondary school, I was at Federal School of Surveying. I just went for computer training and all that. So from there, I went to Laduke Akintola University of Technology between 2001 and 2007. ASU strike, whatever. It's actually a 5-year course. I read pure and applied mathematics. And then from there, also in Laduke Akintola University, I studied, I batched my MBA from there. Then I proceeded to Cape Peninsula University of Technology in Cape Town. Okay. So I went for my master's in technology, also in applied mathematics. So I came back to Nigeria in 2013. So I went to University of Ilorin for my PhD. Then I completed that in 2016. So I went back to NTI, due to, I just felt I never knew I would find myself in lecturing and then teaching. So I went for a postgraduate diploma in education. Okay. So thanks so far, that's it.
So invariably you are saying you're a lecturer?
Yes, I am.
Why did you add that aspect of you? Why?
Well, majorly.
Because we know you majorly to be a gospel musician.
Yes. Actually, there's a Yoruba adage that says, and then most people that know or that have heard about AANU OLANREWAJU they heard about AANU OLANREWAJU as a gospel musician. Yeah. So I think that's the reason.
Okay, I'll still go back to your course in the tertiary institution.
Okay, that's fine.
Why did you go that route? Why did you pick mathematics, applied mathematics for that matter, and a lot of ladies will run away from mathematics? So why did you go into that?
Well, let me say, I wouldn't want to say that I have this very complicated kind of life. I won't say that.
Okay.
But the truth is, I grew up with parents who wanted nothing but education for their children. So they were. I tasted a bit of affluence growing up because my dad was doing well in his business. He had a plastic producing company, Wilson Industry Nigeria Limited. That time I can remember, But on the other side is a pastor, so, and he has a call, and then he knows the challenges of living what all he had or all he is into ministry. He knows how tough it was, but God actually wanted him in the ministry, and then he went into ministry. So we tasted another side of life for real. So, and then he wouldn't want to. I'm sure he wouldn't want to hear anything like any child going into such kind of a thing. Most pastors actually wanted, then, I'm not talking about now, they all wanted their children and their men to become doctors, lawyers, and because when you remember growing up as a pastor's child, it's loaded. I'm writing a book on that, being a pastor's daughter. It's a whole lot. It's a handful of, a whole lot. Let me just put it that way. So, having tasted two sides of life, when you have to share everything you have with people, as a pastor's daughter, you can't say that, oh, my dad owns this or we own this. So, you can't be. Not even with the kind of parents that I have. And then, my parents did something then that we all thought that was wicked of them. But later on, I appreciated that from them. Even though they were comfortable, we were never given any privilege to anything lavish, extravagant, anything, anything extra. No, just okay. So you can't even boast anywhere that, oh, I'm from a rich home, or like, oh, my dad has this, or my dad has that. You can't even say that. So that was how I grew up.
Okay.
And then I grew up with many other children in our house, many other relatives, many other people that are not even our relatives in our house. So that was how I grew up. So having seen all that, you wouldn't want to even think of ministry. Not at all. So, and when the other side of life came deeply, and they saw that, oh, this same man who was more like a philanthropist and all that, and things became that you have to trust God for the next meal, So people that I only wondered why we don't have many people in our house anymore. Why we don't have these aunties, these uncles, people don't associate with us anymore like that. We used to have so number of vehicles in our compound. Why is it that we have one?
And you want to have that negative mind.
That was how we grew up. And then we were wondering, why would somebody take up ministry? Why would somebody give up all of this, lifestyle and then
make his children suffer?
We actually felt that this man must be very wicked, not nice. So, and then all he wanted was just a life outside that kind of lifestyle with my parents, and then all they wanted was a medical doctor, all they wanted was an engineer and all that. So I told them I love music, I love anything theater arts. Oh, I'll go study law. And then they said, no. I remember my mom was like, I hope the devil is not trying to punish me again, My mom went through a lot. She is a very strong woman. sometimes I just see myself, I don't see myself, going the same route she went, and then being that patient with a man and all that, and then having people around, sharing your children's rights, your children's entitlement with other children. She really did so well in that. So it influenced me, it impacted me. So now back to my point, my mom was just totally against it. She wants a lawyer. She wants a doctor. She wants an engineer. She wants somebody that in the future she would proudly say. So I said it's okay. Even my school did not wait for many of us to choose the class we want to go to. We were all just packed into science class.
Because you were brilliant.
So to say. And then they all packed us there, and then the school did so well training us. Okay. God bless the soul of Baba Belusi, the souls of my teachers that have gone, and I give it to God, I give it to them, So they did so well, and then right there, while in science class, I said I would rather go and study geology, geophysics. So I was looking into that line, So until I got admission into Lautech, and lo and behold, as at then, there was nothing geology or geophysics in Lautech. I said, so what was I going to do? My dad, when I got home, he said, Dad, you all pushed me into science class. Now, because I want to go for now,
it's not there.
It's not available in Lautech. What do you want me to do? My father just said, okay, take 3 days off and come home. So when I got home, I was thrown into a room, fasting and praying for 3 days to choose a career path. He said, he said, God will reveal something to you. You will hear from God. So I was there. The first day, my father came into the room. Anything? I said nothing. The second day, anything? I said nothing. The third day, he said anything? I said nothing. He said, you will repeat the process again. I said, Daddy, actually. On the second day, I had a revelation. I saw a Nigerian professor of mathematics of blessed memory now, late Professor Aroayen, and he came to my dream and said, we are admitting so number of students this year, and their score must be between 56 and 58%. So I was like, in my dream, bragging that what 56, 58? What's that? If that is it, I will score more than that. I was just confident in myself that I could go beyond that. So after that, we went for the exams. All other courses was on hey. When it came to math, I had 57%.
So in between.
Just in between. That's it. So I said, this is actually God speaking. So I went for mathematics, and on the merit list, I was given the admission. So that was how my journey started in mathematics.
Okay, so we are in the right place to call you Dr. AANU. As a woman then, in the line of mathematics, and then as a woman in the line of music, can you look at the two sectors, these two ways of life you've chosen, and tell us what you faced and how you overcome those challenges? We want to learn from you.
It's actually, it's a handful. It's a whole lot. Normally in our society, we all go to the same school. No school is gender biased when they want to admit students. Nobody would say because you're married, because you're a woman, you will get pregnant, you will raise children, and then you have to be given some leverage. No, we still go through the same process. So that's by the side. It's a whole lot. Another thing I would like to say, this part of the world that we have, thank God that recently things are getting better. I just noticed very recently that if our mother or grandmother, Olufunmilayo or Abeokuta, had faced what she faced then, then she must be a very strong woman to have had it, I mean, that hostility that was shown to her, so to say. She must be a very strong woman to have, to withstand that. If we still have we can still feel the heat nowadays. Do you know, if you are a woman and you just get somewhere and then you are introduced as merely a doctor, or you are introduced as a principal in your field, you must have to be a little bit, what will I say, strong and determined. Like, no, they look person face. Otherwise, you will end up being rubbished if care is not taken. The rubbish that I mean, not rubbish like that, but I want to choose my words very carefully.
Using your gender to judge you.
Yes. And then if care is not taken, you just become a feminist, and then you are perceived wrongly. You're perceived like you want to contend with the male.
The edge every time.
And then before you know it, it influences your marriage. If you are not married also to a man that is focused, the man just sees you as, are you trying to compete with me in this marriage? Are you the head or something? Or you have a boss at work, or you have, younger colleagues who are actually male, or females that are of the opinion that, let me just work, go back home to my husband's house and feed my kids, and like no ambition like that. So some women, we've been restricted. There's this confinement that we're expected to be, boxed into, and then if you must come out of it, you need wisdom as much as your culture. I don't joke with my culture. At the same time, I still keep that my mission, my goal. I still keep it high in my mind that no, nothing comes to bring this down or off my mind. I'm focused on that. However, I still try my best to, to retain and maintain a very good relationship with people around me. And most times, studying, on my table, reading mathematics, I get inspiration for songs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Mathematics is the science closest to God. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You want to know God? Just take a bit of mathematical equations, problems, and try to solve. You will know that it's just a science close to God. You can't do anything without God. That's it.
Now, let me ask you about the challenges women face in the society. How do you think women can surmount them? How do you think women can come out stronger then?
You see, I will say this, that women, we really need to, you really need to know and understand your purpose as a woman. Honestly, it pains me. I've been to many seminars, I've been called, I've been able to give lectures in some seminars, and then some actually see me as a strict person, but I would rather tell you the truth than try to package what is not, so that I will have, more invitations from, A woman must be mindful of her purpose. Now, outside your gender and outside the responsibility that is associated with your gender, what are the responsibilities? You must raise a family. Our society sees it as a must. Every woman must be married. Every woman must have a child, 2, 3, and that you must face the home front. Aside that responsibility by nature that has been committed into our hands as women, what other thing has God created you for? What other purpose have you come to this world to fulfill? What other thing are you supposed to do as a woman to make impact? A woman who does not see herself beyond the four corners of the walls of her husband's home, or her parents' home, or her parents' whatever property, or husband's property. Such women, I'm sorry to say, they will just live for themselves and their children. It's good you live for yourself, live for your children, but it is more purposeful to impact the lives of others, not only your children. As much as you are doing that, face your children, raise God-fearing children, there are still other things you must be able to do by touching the lives of everyone that comes across you, or that you come across. Wouldn't you ask me how my husband even believed in me in the first place?
Tell us, please.
You see, when when you know the God you serve, he said he will make exploits. In the first place, I'm sure when my husband married me, he's a bit quite older than I am. You would just think that, oh, this girl will be a very quiet girl, reserved, and then she'll be able to make me babies and all that. But the day I told her that, I have a whole lot. I have a whole lot I want to do. I have a whole lot.
Don't limit me.
I can't be limited. He looked at me. And then he tested me with one. I did my best. He said, oh my, when you were there, and with prayers, because, men, they discuss amidst themselves. You will see men that will say, no, you don't do that. You can't allow. He allowed me to travel, to go and study. In short, he handed me over to another professor to go and learn, to see life, to carry me, go straight. Thank God for him as well. And then I just I bring out the advantage out of whatever situation I find myself. They are not always palatable, I must tell you. So no matter how slow your movement or your achievement or your advancement seem, it's still something. You are not what you were last year. So I think that is what we should be mindful of.
Your music career, how do you juggle it with your family? Is it easy?
Well, that's true. I'll say nothing good comes easy. So recently, I saw the challenges in security, moving people, myself, my band from one place to the other, and then after the COVID-19 lockdown, many things changed.
Yes.
So I don't receive invitations like I used to, and then responsibilities increased and all that. So I'd rather just take any invitation that would not, that would affect my family. I will not take it. I will not. Besides, I pray before I take any invitation. However, I still receive invitations. I go for concerts. I still go for church ministrations and functions. It's only that I try to manage my family alongside. So I have 3 kids. 2 are old teenagers out of secondary school, and I have one, a 6-year-old boy. So anytime I don't feel comfortable leaving my family for music, I won't. But any opportunity I have, I don't joke with it.
Because that's your passion.
Yes, that's my passion. That's my passion.
Now we have been talking with Dr. OLANREWAJU, and she has been telling us what women need to really, really do in the society. From me, what I got from her is that you must have a vision and follow your vision throughout. We want to go for this short break. When we come back, we'll be having some of our favorite. You're welcome back from the break, and we still have Dr. OLANREWAJU on the side of women and the society. Now we want to know the type of food that you love eating every time.
Yeah, I can't be tired of eating amala. Yes, that local girl. I love amala and fruits. All types of fruits I'm just in. So I can go, I can just be on fruit for days. As much as I can. But if I see amala, they wait. Oh, God.
Are you from Oyo?
Well, I grew up in Oyo.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Yes.
All right, now let's know the type of attire that you love wearing. Is it the English or the native? Today you're native.
Every opportunity I have to be on my Iruan buba. Hey God, I am the happiest girl. Iruan buba in Ankara, Adire, like this. I'm good to go. I don't care what designer is out. I wear English wears too, but if you want to make me happy, just this and beautiful.
Now we want to know that your type of color, which of the colors you fancy the most.
Hey, white, and I love blue. Oh, from childhood, my mom knows. She wants to buy anything for all her children. She separates mine as blue. Yes.
Okay, why? Do you have any particular reason?
I just love it. I can't really say this is the reason. Because I just knew I grew myself choosing blue above every other color. So if I'll not pick blue, maybe purple. Yeah. So royal purple, yes.
Okay, now we want to know if you're the party going type. Some ladies can't do without going to parties. They love parties. Are you in that category?
No. I go to parties if I'm called or invited to work, to sing. Anything aside that, no, I'd rather stay indoor.
So staying indoor, what do you do with your spare time?
Very good. I listen to music. And then I just like to sit down sometimes and think. I just sit down and then try to think and think and think. You know, if you're talking to me and then my mind is actually, I have focus on doing something and I don't know how to go about it, I'll be meditating and I'll just sit down and be meditating. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Talking the spirit. All right, that will be all the women and the society. Yes. So you had a good time here. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege and I'm happy to be here too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Until next time when I see you again with another woman, I remain Charity James and I wish you a very impactful life.